Okay, well, since we're talking about linear equations and graphing linear functions, I thought it'd be a good idea that we look at how we can do this on our calculators. Now, I've got a TI-84 up here, and this is what the calculator itself looks like. If you've got a TI-83, it's going to look almost exactly the same, if not exactly the same. And there's very little difference between the TI-83 and the TI-84. There are some functional differences, but not in anything that we're going to look at today. And if you've got a different type of calculator, you just need to look and try to find what is similar to what I'm going to do today. Now, so over here on the left, where I've got my cursor flipping around here, this is what the calculator looks like. And this area here is going to be what appears in the graphing window of the screen of your calculator, which appears up here at the top. And then down here in the bottom, it's going to actually show you what keys I press and when. And hopefully I won't make any mistakes today. And if I don't, or if I do, you can go back and look at this video and see the keystrokes that I used if you wanted to take notes on that and get yourself the steps that you need to do this graphing. So we're looking at linear functions. And so let's start here. So if I'm going to graph a linear function, I'm going to hit this y equal button right here in the top left. So I hit y equal, and it takes me, and now I can enter my equation. So I'm going to enter equation minus 2x plus 6. So I hit this minus button here, not the subtraction button, but the minus button to start off. And so I've got minus 2. And I go up here to this key right here, right beside this alpha key. And you can see it says x, t, theta, n. And I'm going to hit this, and it's going to give me x. We can see the minus 2x here. And then I hit the plus button, and 6. Okay, so I have entered this linear equation. And of course, we're looking at intercepts. That's what we're talking about here at the present time. And now I'm going to hit this button right here in the top right that says graph. And we can see that it is graphing my equation. Now, here's the x-axis running along here, and we got the y-axis that runs vertical up and down here. And so let's see, my x-intercept, where y is equal to 0, here's the y is equal to 0, and x is 3, and this is the x-intercept. And I can also pretty easily see the y-intercept here. So when x is equal to 0, let's see, that was 3 here on the x-intercept. When y is equal to 0, let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Y is equal to 6. And so there's our graph of minus 2x plus 6. So let's graph another one. I go back in here to y equal, and now I can hit the clear button, and it's going to clear out that equation. And I'm ready to put in another equation. And this time I'm going to put in 4x minus 2. So I hit 4x, and now I'm going to hit the subtraction button, minus 2, and I'm ready to graph this equation. All right, now here on this x-intercept, let's look right here. On this x-intercept, I can see that it's somewhere between 0 and 1. And let's see here. I can see where my x-intercept is. I mean, my y-intercept, excuse me. Y-intercept is y is equal to minus 2. Now, I can go in here if I wanted to see the table that this linear function created. I can hit second graph, and it's going to bring up a table. And here we can see and confirm that when x is equal to 0, y is equal to minus 2, that then is the y-intercept. What about the x-intercept? Well, I can do this. I can go up here, I can hit second trace, that takes me to calc, and I can say, okay, I want to see what the 0 is. And so I move my cursor down to the 2, and I hit enter, and it brings this up right here. Now, I can move, you see the little blinking X, and it's down here, it's asking me left bound, okay? Well, if I want to find out what the x-intercept is, I can move this cursor to where it is just to the left of where that y-intercept is, and it's got left bound. You see the question mark. I can hit enter. Then it's asking me right bound, so I'm going to move the cursor to where it is just to the right of that. See, I moved it just above the x-axis, and I hit enter again. Then it comes up and says, guess. Do you want me to guess? And I say, sure, guess. And there it says that when y is equal to 0, x is equal to 1/2 or 0.5. And so the x-intercept, when y is equal to 0, the x-intercept here is 1/2. Pretty neat, huh? All right, let's talk about doing another one. I'm going to go back here to y equal. I'm going to clear. And let's see. I'm going to do 2x plus 3. So I got 2x plus 3. I'm going to hit graph. I'm going to take a look at the graph of this. All right, and so again, my x-intercept is somewhere between -1 and -2, and my y-intercept is here at 1, 2, 3. When x is at 0, y is at 3. I can confirm that again with my table. Go into my table. There you go. There's the x. There's x equals to 0. Y is equal to 3. And this table gives me any other value of x, what y is going to equal. So in this particular equation, which was 2x plus 3, when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 5. Now, again, I want to find out where that x-intercept is exactly. Looks like -1.5 to me. So let's go. I'm going to hit second, trace. I want to find out my arrow down here, move the cursor down here to 0. I want to see what the 0 is. Hit enter. There it brings me the blinking thing. And so I'm going to move it down to where it is just to the left, which is going to be just below. That looks like I'm about on the x-axis right there. I'm going to hit it just to below and hit enter when it's asking me the question left bound. And then I'm going to move it just to the right, and I'm going to hit enter for right bound. And then it says take a guess. Yeah, let's take a guess. All right. So when y is equal to 0, x is equal to -1.5 or 1.5. Now, let's do one last one. And this time, I'm going to hit clear my equation out. This time, I'm going to go 9x plus 3. So I got 9x plus 3. And let's hit graph, see what it look like. Okay. Well, there we go. We can see I got a little bit steeper line. And looks like my x-intercept is right there at -1. And my y-intercept looks like it's probably at 2. Let's go in here and look at the table and see. Up 3. So that kind of fooled me the way I looked at it. So if I'm not going to solve it algebraically, I can go in here to my table and see that when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 3. And if I wanted to, but I'm not going to, I could go hit second calc and trace it and get the exact 0 for the y-intercept. All right, so that's using our calculator, and hope that's helpful. And you can see here that it's got the steps that I used along with what the keys were. And you can go back and trace and figure out what it was we did. All right, good luck to you.